It's Felix. It's week 21, and the topic this week is resources. Resources. Yeah, so stuff that is helpful, either online or not online, in person or not in person. I guess there's like three main areas that I feel I find good resources. Firstly, there's the internet, predominantly YouTube and Tumblr. As Joe has said, I kind of pretty much follow the same stuff as Joe. Like, when I first started looking for trans stuff, without really knowing that I was looking for it, I found loads of stuff helpful on YouTube. I think the trans YouTube vlogging community is incredible and an amazing like free resource and space for people. FTM Transtastic, they're a really good channel. I guess that was helpful in terms of seeing sort of a variety of different people. There's this guy called Sky who's got an amazing sort of back catalogue of the last 3 years of his transition, which I found really helpful, particularly at the start of things for me. And Tumblr, like that's how I got involved with this channel, because Joe found my blog and then we started chatting, stuff like that. I mean, obviously there's like creepers around on Tumblr and YouTube, but because it's a free space and you can say what you want, so that's not so good. But I think overall the positives of it there being like lots of different voices out there and lots of information and experiences being talked about, I think that's really good. In terms of real life resources, there's an organisation called Gendered Intelligence who I found really helpful, particularly around like my family. I took my parents to a SOFA event with them, which is Significant Others, Friends, Family and Allies, and it's basically an event where young trans people bring members of their family or their friends or their partners, and they get to meet other parents, friends, partners and talk about things, and it's really helpful. And as a result of that, my mum now co-runs the parent support group with a friend of mine's mum, which is really good. So she now supports other family members, friends, etc. of trans people. So they're a really good organisation. They do lots of other events for young people, which is really good, like camping trips and fundraisers and stuff. And I guess like the final sort of big thing is this night called Bar Whatever, which is a night, it's like a free queer performance music mixer night in Vauxhall, and it happens every Tuesday and it's free. And I've been going there for nearly 2 years now. 2 years, over 2 years. And it was kind of like the first space that anyone ever asked me what pronouns I wanted. It was the first space I tried out my new name. It was the first space that I felt like I could explore those things safely, and I've made lots of really good friends there, and I feel like I have a strong sense of community in that space. And they also do events a few times a year for under 18s, which is really good, because obviously it's in a pub, so it's difficult to make it for that, but they do events for young people. And yeah, I just found it kind of a really welcoming atmosphere, really welcoming safe space for me personally, to try things out and figure things out. And over the last couple of years, it's been really important to me in terms of that kind of thing. So that's Bar Whatever. I guess in terms of like practical physical support resources, there's this blog called Hudson's FTM, I think it's called, and that's got loads of like really useful like documents and information on it about like hormones and surgery and all that kind of stuff. But I guess that's also an internety thing. I think Joe mentioned this too. Anyway, so there's like the YouTube, Tumblr stuff, there's Gendered Intelligence, and there's Bar Whatever. They're like the three main areas, I guess, that I find support and resources. I think like living in London and having access to a lot of things gives me a certain amount of extra support. I can't imagine what it must be like if you don't have those kind of things. I mean, that's why the YouTube stuff and the Tumblr stuff is so good. But I definitely feel like my London queer community is probably my biggest resource, in the sense of I feel like I've got people around me that understand me and that I can speak openly with, and that will support me in the things that I need to do. And I think it's really important to try and find that sense of community and build that community and shape it to be what you need it to be. And then it can be a resource for other people, and hopefully I guess that's why I wanted to do these videos as well, is to make resources for people in the way that I found resources in videos from other people. Anyway, I've gone a bit waffly, so that's what I have to say about resources. And I'll put links to Gender Intelligence and Bar Whatever and the blogs that I mentioned in the box thing underneath. And I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.